Absolutely delighted to be here with you here in Dalian. Welcome to the audience in the room and welcome to our online audience as well. So we are going to have, hopefully, a very dynamic panel talking about one of the most important issues facing most economies and societies today, and that is really around where will the next set of jobs come from, and are they going to be enough for this youth and future talent that will be coming into most workforces around the world in the next years. And there are some particular upsides and opportunities. So we've never had young people be as educated as they are today, as tech savvy as they are today. So there's potentially a huge boost coming to productivity and innovation and creativity across most economies. And on the other hand, there are also some concerns. Are we looking at a very uncertain economic picture in which hiring has slowed down? Are we looking at potential effects from artificial intelligence that may create further risks? These are some of the big questions that we'll try to tackle today. And then what can actually be done about them? So we're going to spend some time on that as well. And I'm joined by a fantastic panel to guide us through that conversation from various sectors and from various geographical viewpoints. So to my immediate left, we have Noureddine Ouada, who is the Minister of the Knowledge Economy, Startups and Micro Enterprises of Algeria. Welcome, Minister. Thank you. Next to him, we have Vijay Iswaran, who is the Executive Chairman of the CHIA Group in Malaysia. Welcome. Next to him, we have Niti Mehta Shukla, who is the co-founder and chief impact officer of Automation Anywhere, based in the United States. Next to her, we have Peter Brown, who is the global workforce leader at PwC, based in the United Kingdom. And finally, at the other end of the panel, we have Chen Jiehui, who is the president of the Guangzhou Baiyunshan Pharmaceuticals, based here in. I'm going to come to you next. How do you see that outlook in Malaysia, in Southeast Asia more broadly when it comes to employment, and whether we're seeing a risk or a positive when it comes to youth employment?
I have always felt that it is right now, the SMEs, the entrepreneurs, and the smaller to medium-sized industries that would govern this to a great extent, as opposed to the larger players in the market. And I think that this is more so happening right now, particularly in Southeast Asia, because we are a very much IT-driven economy, be it in Vietnam, or for that matter, Malaysia, Singapore, and the like. So our university in Malaysia, Quest International University, works very closely in terms of engaging students to prepare them for the advent of the job market, so to speak, because it's changing so fast. They are lost by the time they actually come to graduation. You know, as someone said once before, we are in institutions that were designed in the 18th century with, teachers and lecturers from the 19th century preparing students for the, 20th and 21st. So we are actually catching up to a great extent. So I have believed that entrepreneurship, will drive AI. And it needs to be done in bits and pieces per se, as opposed to a large-scale effort. And I also believe that private enterprise, so to speak, can work with government, so much so that it is not as a single architect, but working together both with government as well as NGOs, and creating jobs that will be aligned for the future. See, by the time the students actually come out and hit the streets, the job that they were prepared for is already pretty much, in the past.
And is this a problem that has, in many ways, always been there? Do you feel it's become worse in the last years?
Clearly, AI has accelerated the process, as opposed to them having to catch up from even in my time. graduating and coming out to working life was a bit of a struggle, because by the time I was in the jobs per se, it was already basically old. The information that I'd studied, the case studies, and so on and so forth. So in the area of IT, you are left behind. But today, in terms of AI, this is accelerated so much more. But the one advantage that the current generation have is they are so much more flexible in terms of, call it neuroplasticity if you like, but they are able to relate to, respond, and react in a way that we were not doing in our time. So they are actually a lot more comfortable with AI. The question here is now whether we can actually make it work for them and provide employment. And this has to be a combination of entrepreneurship that is blended together with the strategy of finding jobs. So they're actually not coming out to fill jobs, they should create jobs. That's the key.
Thank you. Niti, over to you. I mean, obviously your organization